how do they?
We get that 2014. What do we think their core competence? Why they are successful in Taiwan?
Yeah, just back to the words. The one is persistence, the other one is patience. I think persistence and patience is Giant's core competence, because at the time, for Giant company, their United States market was shrinking. At the time, they are trying to look for another market, for example, Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they did not know what they can get, but they have patience and they persistence, and finally they open their new market.
Good point. Okay, actually, just second what Ye Zhujiang just said. 1986. So it's about the same time Shuren switched to Hong Kong supplier. At almost the same time, the same year, 1986, Giant actually tried to get into Europe. Right. And where do they start? They start from Netherlands. Yeah. And why Netherlands? Right. The question is why Netherlands?
Everybody a bike?
Yeah.
Exactly. Very good point. So in Netherlands, there's a lot of people using bike. Actually, the rate of bikers are the highest in the world. Right. And Amsterdam is a very big port in Europe. So that opens the markets already. But back then, their quantity is really bad. Giant quality is really bad. So they hired the best talent in Netherlands. They cut into their channel, and they actually 练功夫 for about half a year to a year, right? So actually, King Liu Jinbiao, he traveled to Netherlands back and forth many times, try to understand what the problem is, and quality is one thing, persistency is one thing. So when European people they ride Giant bike, they don't like it. They say this is junk, right? And problem comes from all the components they use, right? The chain, they have a different system, right? Their wheels, they have different system. Their handler have different system. So actually, King Liu, he tried to unify all the units, try to get quality in a good way. So this is a real change for the company. So what are the turning points?
Can I make a point?
Yeah.
I think a little bit more than that. I think they are successful, so they somehow to position themselves always ahead of Chinese company and Korean company like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's the reason that's why some of Taiwanese company is not successful. And I also think they keep all this technology also under the Taiwan control. Okay, because I think all this process they are very successful. But how to earlier I mentioned about why hardware company successful, because vertical integration means you keep what you have, core company. But otherwise, if you get the other people to involve on that, pretty soon they become your competitor. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they produce all the critical part in China. Okay, if they do this one, I think they have a problem.
Like Giant becomes Chinese competitor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So some of this one is also this strategic thinking, right? And that's one thing let's just make the other point. Why the USA is in trouble because outsourcing so much. All the competitors right now in China, they all used to be the manufacturing for US company, right? And they either go to Taiwanese company, they will be die, because if they are manufacturing in China, I'm 100% sure, because they always become a competitor. Yeah. And I think the other one is China. I probably
yeah. And second on what Steve just said, in China, there's a lot of, once you are a brand name, they try to reproduce what you have, right? 仿冒品. So there are a lot of fake Giant products. But King Liu, he never worried about it. Why?
Quality? Yeah, the best quality.
Best quality. best design. Right. They are actually a couple generations ahead of those from Alpine. So for this kind of things, we have to change our strategic thinking, like Steve just said. And also it creates a lot of different sectors, right? Not only the bike itself, bike of course it's the brand name, the core competency. It has a lot of different market sectors they try to create, so that maximize their core competency. They have products on the road. This is European style. Off-road, this is United States style, right? So they combine the market together, and right now they actually won a lot of their market sectors. Not only on road in Europe. In Europe, people also purchase off-road bikes. Like this is Corso, so can be used on road, can be used off-road. E-bikes, right? Collaboration with the Ford and other companies try to sell the e-bike. For younger generation, right? They also have products for the youth. So a lot of strategic thinking involved in this core competency, and it's ever changing core competency. They go from manufacturing to manufacturing plus design to design plus their brand. So this kind of thinking, I think that's one of the main themes that we want to deliver to you.
It's also, I was just added to what Eric said, and we use the Jan example. Your core competency has to be kept totally inside. If that is your core competence, right? So if you manufacturing design your core competence, do not go any outside. You have to keep this secret. I mean, that's the reason why the Coke, we still don't know the formula. You Kentucky Fried Chicken, you get chicken? Give me a break. We don't even know what the recipe on that, right? Because they believe that's their core competence, right? And so that's the other thinking, like you say, right? In the China, I believe they design on this one. They will not say, okay, a Chinese company, can you design it for me?
Yeah.
Because if that's their core competence, they have kept totally inside the secret.
Exactly.
And you kind of compare, like you say, 2 or 3 generations ahead of the other person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And quality control, definitely,
yeah.
that's Chinese company cannot compete at the moment. Right. Anybody want to add in before we take the short break?
Still designing in Europe?
They have design in Europe, but the headquarters in Dajia, actually, Taichung, Dajia, actually serve all the core protection. There are a lot of things that we are going to talk about. Say, for example, how to keep your secret, how to protect yourself, your IP, not going out. That would be the following sections. So they really keep very good secrets of their product and design.
So in other words, collaboration internationally is still doable in terms of protecting your core competence.
Yeah, you have to, right? I mean, look at all the global companies. Even Seagate, right? We have the North Island design there. So you have to design there. But like Eric said, that's the way to keep all the IP. But as a management team, as a company, if you define this core competency, you have to keep all this. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Other than China. China, you don't know how to do that, to be honest.
I think you can go overseas, but you don't outsource your core competence.
So like design, I believe design house in Europe must be owned by giant, right?
Yeah.
Not owned by,
Yeah.
Or it's part of the total design.
Yeah.
So, like, you can do this part, and some of these talent people can go out to other company behind that. But he's not going to see the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Seagate is the same thing. Media is here, like that's here, design is different place.
Yeah. Say, for example, our production of media, like us in Singapore, we only tell them, you use this material, use that material, and follow this process. We never release the material information to them. So even they know how to produce it, they don't know the core physics inside. So they don't know how to go to the next step. Right. We keep all the core contents here in Seagate, in Fremont, Silicon Valley. Yes. Anyone want to add in?
I mean that not every company or every industry, not every company they are in kind of that category that's have very high margin. For example, my company. I'm not here to promote my company.
You are.
Which company come from?
Logitech.
Where's the business? So it's like people know us as the mice and keyboard company, but actually we're not making any money out of it. But we are very profitable, and our stock price raised about tripled from last year to this year. But what's our money making machine? Because we are in the like dying industry. Like everybody can make keyboard, everybody can make mice. So we are like outsourcing those to ODMs, but we are making something that's our core companies. We're making gaming product. So Logitech gaming that's expensive. It's like very, how to say that? It's like yes, very high pricing. It's like pricing.
High profit margin.
Yes, really high
New
profit
sector.
margin. And
New
also
sector.
we start to not only vertical integrate our gaming product, we made it in-house. We made it in our own factories. So, and also we have horizontal expansion. We start to merge other companies. We have like similar business. We merged Ultimate Years 4 years ago. So this is our money making machine.
No,
That's
I think
the
what you say is that what you describe is very consistent what we try to
Yes.
discuss here, right? I mean, the one you are making the money, core competence. If you don't
Yes.
want the people to come in, you have to keep all here.
Yes,
but the other one is just give the people to
If
make
your
it.
if your core business is not making money anymore, you have to expand.
Exactly. Right.
Either you like create something or you
Yeah.
buy other things.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
good.
100% agree.
Yeah.
And all companies doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if Seagate want to buy other company, I just
Apple will buy it.
We 100% agree on that. You know, all the company, you know, even in the one you're talking about, the one, if we are making money, we are talking about the same as CK, we call it cash cow. Just continue to maximize. And this one is, people probably can cover, you can by scale of operation, right, to be better than other people, just let them to make that. But like you said, the one, like you talk about gaming, right, if that's your future, and then you want to reserve that. And that's what we discuss here, right? If that's become your core competence, meaning is that your profit margin for next few years, that's got to be well controlled, well defined on that.
I think the idea is what Tiffany said is very consistent, right? Yeah. Question for you is whether we can buy your stock.
say yes.
Do you see the future?
Inside trading.
So one of the
Yeah,
things
that's
maybe
true.
I raised my question here is do we know they say move from one sector to a different sector and competing in the new sector? What motivated them to do that? Is that exactly what we just discussed here? Because that particular one sector, although it's still cash out, but they're seeing it's a diminishing, or the acceleration curve is slowing down. Is that how the launch get defined when we need to move on?
See, with all this one that we teaching last week is S-curve.
Right.
If you look at Giant, and all the successful company, Giant nature is a good example. If you go to American products, I believe it's all S-curve. Initially, if you do the manufacturing, you probably in one time probably make a lot of money, and to the point, people like you say, whatever we do is going to be eventually will be die. If somebody will compete with you, you create the S-curve. Depends on how you define S-curve. But everything, if you really go to research that, every company, you always see S-curve. And the company can survive. They have to create the other one, no question about it, because it's just a natural selection. If the company did not create the other S-curve new product, it will die. If Apple cannot, not Apple, Google doesn't make a lot of money. But the trouble is the one they try to create the S-curve does not seem to be able to make money right now. If they did not find the S-curve,
What S-curve is looking for right now?
well, like a driverless car, like whatever their project right now.
Okay.
If you look at Alphabet, right? other than search engine, the rest of this one is S-curve they try to create. But none of them are not seem to be materialized. If they did not create the other one, and by the way, this one can be very big. Because got to replace the search engine.
For the size they are. So we kind of predict if they cannot be successful, say, so much investment into this AI and the cars, so if they cannot create a new market for them, look at there's so many examples before. Right? Steve last time showed the big company disappeared.
They were
irrelevant.
And
so they got disrupted.
So you know, don't be surprised if we got changed to 10 years later to have some class. We see the Google disappear. There's Google.
You look at Taiwan, right? You look at Taiwan, right? There's about time, right? We had the very good umbrella making, and then what we made.
Well, look at Japanese. I mean, 1980, you cannot believe right now. You don't even see the Japanese company. I mean, even in USA, in that time, I was so concerned about every company, Japanese company.
It was Japan #1.
I mean, you know, including
US was so scared of Japan.
Was so scared. Whole American, including you know, have you been in the Pebble Beach? All this Gold Coast was owned by Japanese.
Yeah.
All the tower, you know, all this.
New York.
New York Tower.
Rockefeller.
You know, America was freaking out at that time. We were saying, oh shoot. I mean, to be honest, my father actually asked me to work for Japanese company, so I was learning Japanese. Are you aware of? Are you aware of? Oh, so important. God, cannot believe that, right? It's just because they did not create the S-curve. So. But there's something, right? If you look at China, there must be S-curve.
So China is a successful one, continue to progress. And so it seems like the message, I think the key message here is they are migrating. Continue to see where it comes.
I think the question, when the giant brand from the OEM to become their own brand. So in this period, they have earned a lot of money. So I'm very curious how they manage their finance situation.
Shifu, you have used one slide last time we did not discuss.
Right. You have to manage that.
The death threshold.
So we did not discuss, you know, but in the book I will be.
There's another class.
So and every time you enter in a new sector, you expect a failure. High percentage of failure, right? Until you succeed. Then you have to manage that risk. That cannot bankrupt your company.
So we was talking about this company profit, and 它叫做死亡界限。So if your company make a profit like that, and by the way, you need to start all this small business. And by the way, this is what Google is doing. But you as a management team, you're managing all these. If all this fail, you will not hit this one. You know what I mean? So you continue doing that. But meaning is, okay, if I make a, say, 100 million, right, quarter, all this one, say if we define this one, maybe it's 80 million. Your investment, whatever you're going to fail, you cannot hit this one. Because as soon as you hit this one, this whole company will collapse. But you can continue doing this project, and then gradually when this one, it will take over. So during the transition time, when it was manufacturing, how much money you can take out, and then go through this process, define which project you want to be in. So you want to become a brand, then you start to build brand. And then you will lose money, but then eventually you will manage it right, and then become profit business.
The opposite example is Seagate one time, like 2007, 2009. We have so many new business, and then our cash is not enough. We almost make ourselves in a very troublesome situation. Is that didn't manage well?
Most of American company, the problem is we spend too much money. They always think so big, right? Like he said, one time Seagate was in trouble. We make a lot of money, but we were think so big. Like if we make $100 million a quarter, we spend like 80 million. And then when the 2009 happened, suddenly this 100 million dropped to say 70 million. Then some companies say, well, shoot, we cannot even survive. Because we keep saying, yeah, it's okay, we still have 20 million can burn. But then we did not expect that, when 2009 hit, then this probably started to drop here, and they actually below to what the business, because this new business is actually making lose money. And then when this one below that, then the company bankrupt. So in that time we have to kill all this. Right? For most of Taiwanese company, the other way around. They make the money, but they don't make a lot. They don't spend any money.
Yeah, they spend
Right.
so
There's
little.
no future.
Oh, don't spend money. The American company the other way around. They keep thinking about it or keep making it, right? And they keep this year make 100, next year make 200 and all that. But they did not usually does not anticipate that if it is a big recession, then suddenly. So it's a balanced act, right? It's nothing, but typical that's a way to manage this. You can continue to get into the new business, use all business to support that, and then with all the fluctuation, you still can make sure company does not go.
Steve, where do you see acquisition coming in that graph that you have? Is that a much of a less risk option compared to having
Depends.
multiple projects?
Depends. This one can be all same as acquisition.
It's part of that.
So you got to put into the equation. If it is successful, it's not successful, how impact to the company. So this one can, if financial people can all calculate. But the whole point is what is successful rate, what the risk. Do not touch this line. Meaning is if you somehow, if our profit is only this much, if I do keep acquisition or I do a new business, then my cash burn rate too high than this, then you're in trouble.
I also heard Apple. I know you guys know about Steve Jobs. The last time we said you guys are Steve Jobs, and I gave you the facts that in the year 2000, they have a whopping 33% revenue drop in a single year. Do you guys know what he did? One thing he did, he closed down from hundreds of their projects, new model, they closed down majority of them. And that led into our discussion. They wanted to redefine their strategy. Managing that risk. They see this is financial crisis coming, all this projection is not working. Managing the risk.
Good discussion. Then let's take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes break.
Let them see the case study. Then
Okay.
they take a break.
Yeah.
And then
All right. While you use restroom, you can think about. Okay. So right now, say our case put up here is your company is at the end of the S curve. How do you find another revenue source and market for at the end of the S curve? So what the reality we put up here is the Kodak. Right. 2008, you can see the stock price actually coming down from 97 and all the way down here. 2007, 2008, you can see a decline of stock price. And stock price reflects the future of the company, right? Even though, say, Tesla is not making money, but everybody is looking into its future, so the stock price is actually high. So this reflects the future of the company. But what is causing it is the analog camera versus the digital camera, right? And therefore, in this case, how do you do if you are the CEO or a board member of the company of Kodak? So there are 3 situations we put up here. One is to expand the current traditional film business. So it's actually Kodak is making the digital film. It's making the film, right? Traditional film. Or you want to expand into the digital camera market. And by the way, Kodak is the inventor of the digital camera. All the total different thinking other than expansion and get into the digital market is to utilize its core competency. Kodak, they know a lot of chemical, right? Whether they can use their core competency or core technology to expand to a new market sector. So these are the questions we put up here for case study. And again, Frank will handle how to divide into 3 groups, right?
But you want to give them what, 20 minutes? So what I want to do is
Just give it 5 minutes bio break, and then
right. So,
Yeah.
so if you, yeah,
So
25
how
minutes.
about give people has a chance to ask questions?
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, take a break and ask questions and then break out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you know, people probably still have questions on how to discuss, what to discuss.
Okay, questions?
About this slide.
No. Yeah, about how to discuss.
Do you have this?
Anything you need further guidance about how to
I mean,
discuss?
we can break it up. We can take a break now, and
Mhm.
people can ask questions.
So you fully understand the
Yeah.
question.
You understand what
So
is
that's okay, right? We have instructor in each
Right.
group, right? They define a group,
Let's define the group.
but it's just same as like last week, right? So you are CEO of Kodak, and then you face the stock like that, right? And everybody knows the story about chemical film to digital film and that. And the question is, so here is some of these, and then they just discuss about if you are CEO. I mean, it's rare to be the CEO, right? Say, what do you need to do? And why you need to do it, right? And then maybe based on today we discuss, we say, hey, that's a reason I think we should do that.